Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave, back with the responses for the question of the month for June 2024. And you showed up as always, and I appreciate all of you that have taken the time to respond to the question of the month, shout out your show, and get your answers right here on the podcast. It's a great way to advertise your podcast, everyone. It's called Free. I'm a big fan of Free, if you haven't noticed. Podcastforfree.com is one of my websites. Shameless plug inserted here. All the free tools that I use for my podcast, everything I use that is free for you. I don't make any money on these items because they are, again, free at podcastforfree.com. How's that for a website? Good job, Dave. Pat on the back, well deserved. And here we are. We're compiling all of your answers back to the question of the month. How many podcast episodes per week do you consume as a listener of podcasts? Lots of great answers, lots of good responses. You ready? Let's jump in. That sound reminds me of pop-up video. Pop-up video. Remember that? You'd watch the video of your favorite song, like on MTV. In Canada, we have a thing called Much Music. And they would have these pop-up videos. And all these random facts around the artist, the song, the video, the person in the video, cool things would pop up on the screen. It just reminds me, it takes me back. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll put a link to a pop-up video in the show notes and you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, pop-up video, how I miss you. And now I'm gone. I'm back. And Dave's back. Hey, Dave's here again. Yes. So the question of the month, how many podcast episodes do you consume every week? Got some great responses from you, the podcasting community around the How to Podcast series. Thank you for listening to the show and thank you for responding. I'll start off. Hi, my name is Dave. I am the host of the Living the Next Chapter podcast with 400 episodes in a 3-year period of time, talking to great authors from around the world, as young as 5, as old as 85. From Hollywood stars, people of fame and fortune, musicians, moms and dads, children, adults, young people, from cookbooks, cartoons, to movies on Netflix, authors that write in every genre possible. Living the Next Chapter is the name of the podcast. I would love for you to come listen to all 400 episodes. There you go. That'll fill up your calendar. Come and check out Living the Next Chapter at livingthenextchapter.com. And my answer to the question of the month, Dave, I feel like I'm talking to myself. You ever do that? Yeah. Is I listen to about 8 hours a week, 5 nights a week on average. And I listen to probably 7 to 10 podcasts, depending on the length, per night. So let's go 10, make it easy math. So that's about 50 podcast episodes. Wow. 50 podcast episodes a week is my kind of mid to high number for my shows. 50. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Dave, for taking my message on the How to Podcast series. Love the show, Dave. Oh, thank you. A big time listener, I guess. Thank you for hosting the podcast, Dave, and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Dave. You're welcome, Dave. That's how it works. So now let's get beyond my silliness and get some real responses from you, the listener. Are you ready? Here we go.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Dave, this is Jason from the iShower After Work podcast. Wanted to say thanks again for everything you're doing. You've been a big help to us. I'm sure you're still being a big help to all other future and current podcasters. Your question of the month, how many podcasts do I listen to? I'm in a unique position because I work in a service van, so 90% of the time I'm by myself. I figure on a weekly basis, I'm listening to at least 6 to 7 hours a day, averaging across about 30 to 35 different podcasts, yours included, of course. I'm sure I'm the high watermark for this, but I just wanted to send in a message on the speak pipe and let you know that's where I'm at. Hope you're having a great day. Keep up the good work. Thanks again for everything you do, Dave.
Hi, Dave. It's Scarlett. For all of your listeners that have no idea who I am, I have a podcast called Classic Advice, and my goal with this podcast is to create a community where we can all do life together and hike up the mountain together, so to speak. So I'm up. I'm halfway up the mountain, and I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to get to me, and then we'll hike up the mountain together, hand in hand, and do life together. So on my podcast, I talk about a variety of topics. A lot of it is mental health, but also relationship, parental advice, all that fun stuff. I have the occasional co-host on, and I would love to have more. So if you're wanting to be a guest, shoot me an email. But Dave, you wanted to have us answer your question of the month, which was how much or how many podcasts we listen to. And I've been thinking about it for a few weeks, and I was like, I don't know how to answer this because I listen to so many. I listen to a lot, like at least 4 or 5 hours a day. I have a podcast in my ear. I love learning new things, and listening to podcasts is such a wonderful, wonderful way to learn while you're still being productive, doing other things around, cleaning your house or walking your dog or running or exercising or all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm an avid lover of podcasts, and obviously I talk a lot, so I love being a host. Yeah, it's awesome. 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 And I just wanted also to talk to your listeners about our meetup group. If you guys are struggling, if you're feeling alone, then please come join us on Saturday mornings. It is such a lovely, lovely group of people. They are the most amazing people, and they're my family now. And it's so awesome to have the support as a podcaster when you don't know if you're going down the right path or the right road, and you can ask questions about, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it's just a wonderful, wonderful group that Dave has, initiated, and having the meetup there. And yeah, it's a wonderful place to be. So I also just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And I hope that you guys come to the next meetup group, because Dave always says you're the thing that is missing. And he's right. You're missing, and we miss you. So come. And everyone, take care. Have a lovely day, whatever you are doing. And I wish you all the best. All right. Take care, Dave. Say hi to Jen. Give her a hug from me. All right. Bye.
Dave, it's JJ from What's Your Ripple, a podcast capturing true tales and stories of how beautiful, extraordinary people like you, Dave, are making incredible ripples. I'm your host, JJ. And I'm leaving you this message, Dave, to answer your question. How many podcasts do I listen to in a week? And, I average about 5 a day. So 35 podcasts in a week. And of course, how to podcast is top of that list, along with Scarlett's in her classic advice. So thank you, Dave, for posing the question. I absolutely enjoyed the monthly questions that you send out and the ripple that you're making in this world. And the following that you have, the people that you are helping to create their podcast is just extraordinary. Every day I look forward to a new episode to hear who you are influencing. So thank you for doing what you do, Dave. And thanks for the question. Take care.
Hey, Dave, this is Gary, Healthy Vegan Living. The question of the month is, how many podcasts do I watch in one day? Well, I watch 3 on you. I watch about 15 to 20 podcasts. Most of them are about veganism, trying to get ideas from my podcast, and sometimes I just want information for myself. I do listen to comedy podcasts and music podcasts. podcasts about music, not just music itself. I listen to vegetarian podcast, all kinds of different ones. I do it when I walk the dog, when I'm at the gym. It gives me something to listen to than that drumbling from the TV set. Anyway, that's basically it. Thanks a lot, Dave, for everything you do. You're my inspiration. I work harder because of what the good things you show. Have yourself a good day, and we look forward to seeing you on your next podcast. Bye-bye now.
Hi, my name's Joe, host of Two Voices, One Story, where you can find wherever you get your podcasts. The other one I have is called No Time Like Joe Time. There, me and a new guest, we watch a new show each week and take life lessons out of 2 clips. That is not only on podcasts, but it's also on YouTube. Now, this is how I spoil you all. And if you want to be a guest, you can email me at joetime@gmail.com. How much podcast do you listen to on a week? Well, that varies. If I am in the heat of recording, not a lot. And the main reason is I want it to be my own, and I am so easily influenced. Like, if you let me watch or listen to like 20 minutes of a like true crime show, my No Time Like Joe Time would instantly just become, we could talk about shows, or we could talk about lessons we can learn in murder. And just like not, but when I have downtime, I should say, let me go back to my heyday in podcast. I would probably listen to maybe 3 to 5 a day, 20, 25 per day. And that was with a job that I could easily listen to podcasting. And yeah, I think just it goes in sprees and kind of varies. There was a time in my life I was using podcasts to get through work, and I listened to a lot. There's times I was listening to podcasts to learn about podcasting. Didn't listen to as much. Now, actually, I'll say this is going to sound a little self-centric, but the main podcasts I listen to now, like I always want to check out like people who like I work with. I want to go to their podcasts, read, leave reviews, 5 stars, listen to some of that, what they're doing, because it's kind of cool when you meet the person behind the podcast. But a lot of it, I listen to my own podcasts, mainly because I'm going through it and being like, I don't like the way I did that. Or, oh, you know what would have been really funny is if I did this. So it's kind of like taking notes. So yeah, probably like, I just needed a number. 13. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bridget Cutshall. I'm the host of Real Things Living podcast. And on average, I listen to 6 episodes each week. Not just my podcast, other podcasts. How's that?
Greetings, everyone. This is Jennifer. I am Dave's other half, better half, however you'd like to say that. I am here to answer the question of how many podcasts I listen to in a week. I probably listen between 5 and 10 on a regular basis. Most of them that I listen to are actually the ones that he's pre-recorded, just kind of checking for any swear words or things of that nature that might have like a glitch or an overlap. And so I kind of listen to before they go live. So I get to listen to all the great stories, and my book collection is increasing quickly based on all of the different authors and people that Dave has chatted with, and I appreciate all of you and your stories. And so I listen to a few of my other ones as well, but I love listening to all of you, and I'm glad I can be part of this and part of your journeys. It's challenged me to be a better person as well. So thank you for all that you guys do. And Dave, keep on going. And I'm here to help and support in any way I can. Have a great one. Cheers.
Hey, Dave. You know me. This is David Beckmeyer. I'm host of the Outrage Overload podcast, a show trying to help people be less stressed out, 30 minutes at a time. To answer your monthly question or the question of the month, I would say I'm a slacker compared to you for sure. I listen to about 8 to 10 podcast episodes a week, I would say roughly. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but I'd put the average in that area. And I'm amazed you're able to find time to listen to 50. That's impressive.
Hey, this is Chris Turek, voice actor. Check out my website, www.christurek.com. And I listen to 8 or 9 podcast episodes a week.
So there you go. You have your responses for the month of June. For the How to Podcast series, how many episodes a week do you listen to? How's that feel? Does that feel good? Do you get a sense? Still, I would love to hear from you, even though you may have not had a chance to respond to the June question of the month. We're going to be doing the July one now. So, did you hear what everybody did? They did a great job, right? They did a wonderful job. A little applause, everybody. Good job, everyone. We are now looking for the question of the month for July. Your response, very simply, it's not very hard, everybody. You could do this. Okay, for the month of July, we're asking, do you listen to your own podcast? Yes, no, and why or why not? Do you? Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Do you listen to your own podcast? An episode goes out into the world. Do you press play on it, or do you just move on to the next one? Do you listen to your own podcast episodes? Yes or no? Why or why not? And just like everybody did today, leave your contact information, who you are, name of your podcast. Answer the question. Do you? Yes, you. Do you listen to your own show? I would love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. Over on howtopodcast.ca is the website. It's a little speak pipe link. Click the link, record your message, and be simply like you heard today. Hi, this is Dave from the Upcycle Canada podcast, where we take things people throw away and make them into something new. And yes, I listen to my own shows because I like to laugh at my mistakes. There you go. That's it. You could do this. howtopodcast.ca. Leave your answer for the question of the month for July. Can't wait to hear your voice.